I've been getting that itch you get when you really want to start a new survival world. So I've been thinking about fun ways to make starter houses with the Create mod. And earlier today, I had the inkling of an idea that turned out to be incredibly silly and allows you to take a starter house like this and fill it with all of this. Time for a terrible paint draw. Wait, it's me, Woodchuck, from the YouTube video that you're currently watching. I'm hijacking this paint segment to tell you that there is a message hidden in this video. It's my intention that most of the schematics on this channel are free, but I have decided that there's going to be a price to pay. In this video, there is a secret word which will unlock the link to the schematic. It's just a bit of fun, so don't go posting it in the comments. Now, where were we? Hello everyone, today we're making a house that is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. In practice what that means is we're going to try and make as many rooms with as much stuff as possible and fit it into as smaller space as possible. I have an idea for how we could do this, and it is already making my brain hurt. Let's get to it. The smarty pants amongst you may have already realised that we're going to be using contraptions. Some movement actors cause the blocks in their contraptions to become intangible. So I'm wondering whether we can use that to store a bunch of blocks in the same space. I don't think pistons are going to work. And I don't think minecarts are either, although their blocks do go inside each other. The minecarts themselves don't, and they're very bouncy. It is kind of fun watching them bounce back and forth though. It's kind of giving me some ideas for some other stuff, but I'm getting sidetracked. We might find more success with a mechanical bearing. We can set the movement mode to only place near the initial angle, and that means if we pair it with a sequence gear shift, we can make our blocks intangible at a certain angle. If we were to send it back the other way, we can return our blocks to block state. I have had a very silly idea. What if we put a whole bunch of these mechanical bearings next to each other, set up like this? We could store a whole wall of contraptions, and as long as we can access the right sequence gear shift, we can then turn a specific contraption back into blocks that we could then use. Is this cheating? It feels illegal. I was really excited. I thought I'd discovered something new that I hadn't done before. There's actually not really any way to access those sequence gear shifts in the middle, especially if you were to build a bigger wall. I was hoping to do a 5x5, and how am I going to power the sequence gear shifts in the middle? I guess that's the end of the video then. I was completely forgetting that gearboxes can transmit redstone signal. This is really compact. Here we have a whole bunch of mechanical bearings, and then on the back we have individual frequencies that can access each sequence gear shift and therefore each mechanical bearing that is storing each contraption. Let me show you what I mean. This is what I'm talking about. We can now store all three of these sets of blocks in practically the same space. This should come with some kind of epilepsy warning. Please look away if this is going to give you any kind of seizure. Oh goodness, it's ugly. We should look away. It's been a couple of hours and our starter house is coming along very nicely. I've sketched out the rough dimensions of what the house might actually look like, and the silly thing is that this house is a good size for a starter house, but this up here is actually where all the usable space is going to be. The bottom of the house is largely taken up by our storage array, which is going to be storing all of the rooms, and then some pistons, which are going to be grabbing the rooms and swapping them with the one that's in use at the top of the house. I know the piston poles are going outside the bounds of the house, but piston poles don't count, okay? This goofy looking tower here is how we are deciding which room is coming out from storage and being replaced with the one in the house, and how we determine which room is in use currently and needs to be stored. When we want to change our room to the room with the lever, we can look in the barrel on the right and find the lever, and put that in the barrel on the left. When we activate our redstone sequence, each of the items in this chain drops down one. The deployers then push out and reset these frequencies, the top frequency being the room that we want to call into the house, and the bottom frequency is the room that we are storing back in the array. I haven't actually given it a test yet, so if we set our frequencies on the back here, it doesn't really matter which redstone link we use. Let's do this one and this one. And so if we put a lever in this barrel and hit this button, hopefully we see the room disappear, and that's the same room. Oh no, I didn't store this room before we started and it has pushed everything out of the house. Oh, that is satisfying. And it worked first time too. It's actually pretty fast, which has nothing to do with these very survival-friendly creative motors running at 256 RPM. So let's get rid of these and figure out how we would power this in survival. It can't be using that much stress, right? Ooh, that's a lot of SU. Look, if you aren't powering your starter house with a bunch of water wheels hidden underground, you're not playing the Create mod right. Now we have a working prototype, it's time to put some rooms in this thing. That's an awful lot of rooms. The storage array is a 5x5 wall of mechanical bearings, which means that we need 25 rooms to fill the storage array. And it turns out that you don't actually need that much stuff in a Minecraft house. I actually found myself struggling to figure out what to put in the rooms, but I think I found some fun things that give each room a little bit of character, but that also provide a unique block on the right-hand wall that allow us to attach each room to the storage array at a different point. And yes, I am aware that this project is rapidly moving away from what you would call a starter house, but I am having too much fun to care. I am so nervous. I am actually sweating. My heart is pounding. I'm terrified that something is going to go wrong. I'm going to put something in the wrong place. What if it just doesn't work? What if it just explodes? I guess there's only one way to find out. And that is all of our frequencies set. Number 1 going in. Scary, scary, scary. That's the last room. Boy, that feels good to be done. Oh my goodness. Look at this monstrosity. This should be a crime. Send me to jail. This is the worst thing I've ever made with Create. I have made so many backups. My backups have backups. It's time for the first test. Here we go. It works. Oh, it works. Oh, that's so cool. It works. This monstrosity works. I want to show you all the rooms, but I am going to decorate the house first so we do not have to look at this disgusting thing behind me anymore. And then we can try this thing out properly. I only gave myself an hour to do this because, as you can probably tell, I really want to get building in survival again. I could have spent the whole day building. I do like this little build that we've come up with. It's got the mandatory water wheels that every Create mod house has to have. A little stream that comes from kind of nowhere. I've hidden the piston pole on this side of the house, inside this little farm. And obviously, if we go into the house, that's where the magic happens. Oh, this house only has a kitchen. Where are the rest of the rooms? Psych. There's a bedroom, an enchanting room, a dining room, storage, a treasure room, and a nice relaxing pond. A study, vanilla crafters, create tools and bits, a potions lab. Oh, you weren't supposed to see this one. There's also 2 empty rooms because, unfortunately, entities weren't really behaving in the storage array. What are you guys doing up there? Oh dear. At least we have a whole bunch of create rooms. There's mixing, bulk processing, mechanical crafting, pressing, precision mechanism making, milling, train tracks, and soaring. Oh, and there's even a disco. The last room is a padded cell, because I think I may have gone insane today. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more wacky Create contraptions, and especially comment your ideas for other things we can make with the Create mod, and I will see you next time. Oh, no, 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 no! You may have noticed the room counter is only reading 24, and that's because there's one last room to show you. The Elytra Launcher. I love the Create mod!